The Mariners dominate the Tampa Bay Rays. They win this one on a Wednesday matinee game, 6-2. This is the NW Sportscast Mariners post-game show. And what a win this was for the Mariners. Not only does this secure the series win over the Tampa Bay Rays, but you keep pace with the almighty Houston Astros, who won today. It was 10-0 in the bottom of the ninth last I checked. So that's definitely going to be an Astro win. But let's talk about the Mariners. Domination from the offense, specifically the one, the only, Julio Rodriguez. And I said it a couple days ago how badly I wanted to say that call. And finally, Julio gets a hold of one. He slams it into left field. A 2 RBI home run. And that really put the game away. But it wasn't just Julio. It was also Victor Robles and Randy Arozarena who goes deep. So the three, maybe the most energetic, the most vibe guys, you could say, on the team, they all go yard. And you see what happens when the Mariners score a lot of runs. I saw a stat today on the broadcast, which I thought was very interesting. The Mariners have lost just 2 games this year when scoring 6+ runs. Just 2. That is an impressive stat. So it just goes to show, if you give the Mariners pitching staff any sort of run support, they're going to win a ball game. And they show it again today. The hitting was great. Luis Castillo was excellent, 5 2/3. He gave up 6 hits, just 4 strikeouts. And usually when the hits outweigh the strikeouts, it's not a great night for the pitcher, but he was able to really battle, gave up just a couple of walks, was able to roll over a couple of double plays, a few nice defensive plays in the outfield, and Luis Castillo is really turning it on here in the month of August. And then Austin Voth comes in, one of the more dominating reliever innings I've seen. He had this nasty 0-2 get-me-over curve that hit the top of the strike zone to end the 3K inning. He goes 1 1/3 with 3 strikeouts. Great to see Austin Voth continue to deal. Then Colin Snyder, he goes in, slams the door, giving me a strikeout there. And then Andres Munoz, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and as dominant as ever. The Mariners pitching staff, they come to play. So did the offense. J.P. Crawford, he's back in the lineup. JP is back. And for good reason. He's hitting in the leadoff spot, right up from AAA Tacoma. 0 for 3. He did have a walk. So Crawford, not a super productive first day, but he looked pretty good over there at shortstop. His injury doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. Still, though, they were showing his batting average, which obviously isn't everything, but he does only have 9 home runs. But they were showing his batting average, and it is dangerously approaching the Mendoza line. So J.P. Crawford, look, guys, it's August 28th. I mean, if J.P. Crawford's going to have to try to salvage any resemblance of an okay season, he's going to need to turn it on right now. And, the time is now for the Mariners to also make a playoff run. So that would coincide perfectly if Crawford can turn it on. And talking about the next guy who maybe found something today, Julio. Hey, I'm not saying it's Julio's month, Maybe last year was August. Maybe this year it's going to be September. We're approaching the month of September. And Julio Rodriguez with 2 hits and the home run. I've already talked about it. It's time, everybody. It's Julio time. Now or never for Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners. And the way he trotted around those base paths, wow. Was he excited to get back in the home run category, and why wouldn't he be? I mean, the kid is electric when he's on, but he hasn't been on. He's been some sort of struggling, 1 for 10 in the series up until that big home run. Took one to left field, and when he was entering the dugout with the trident, he gave a huge hug to the police officer, which I thought was kind of interesting. and you just could see the weight lifted off of his shoulders. Julio Rodriguez may be back, folks. Cal Raleigh goes over tonight. Randy Arozarena, my goodness. What a day for Randy. We're all in Randy land, everybody. He goes yard once again. 3 for 4. He steps on home plate twice and gets an RBI. Randy Arozarena. Great stuff. I saw something on Twitter, I believe it was, that says if Randy has a good game, so pretty much if Randy has a hit and a walk, a couple of walks, a couple of hits, something along those lines, the Mariners have not lost yet. I don't know what I forgot what he specified as, quote, a good game, but it just goes to show you, when Randy Arozarena is on, he's hitting in the 4-hole for a reason. He really does dictate the Mariners' offense. That's the meat and the potatoes. You can have the best sides. You go to a restaurant, you're ordering the drink. It's a nice glass of wine. Not that I drink wine, of course. But, it hits the spot. You order your favorite appetizer. Mine would be this spinach artichoke dip I got the other day. Whew! Was it electric? You get your spinach artichoke dip. You order this nice, the picture of the burger looks great. You order it, comes to your table, and it's like not getting the job done. And then you get dessert, and it's this great cheesecake, but the burger wasn't good. You leave the meal. 3 of the 4 components is great, but you leave the meal not super satisfied, and the job was not done. And that is Randy Arozarena. In the meat and potatoes of the lineup, he is a huge factor in if the Mariners offense is able to perform, and hence if the Mariners as a team are able to win. Super important guy for this team. If he can continue to stay hot, that would be great. Jorge Polanco, he goes 1 for 4, but I'll tell you what, I saw his one hit, and boy, was it impressive. He battled off maybe 6 or 7 foul balls. It was a double-digit pitch AB, and then just pokes one outside the zone into shallow right field, and Jorge Polanco gets on the board for a base hit. Good for him. Luke Raley goes 0 for 2. Dylan Moore, he picks up a hit. Good to see. He also looked quite silly on a couple ABs. He's dangerously getting close to going under the Mendoza line as well. Remember when he was on MLB Network in May? Wow, does that feel like a long time ago? Mitch Garver. Oh my goodness. What else is there to say about this guy? Nothing. He goes over. Doesn't even pick up a walk. Nothing to show for his day other than playing catcher, which is important, obviously, but not as important as putting the ball in play and getting base hits and hitting a home run, taking walks. I don't know what's happening with Mitch Garver. Psych, actually I do. I have a Mitch Garver video in depth coming out soon. The script is almost finished written. The script, I've almost finished writing the script. English is Englishing today. It's been a long day here in Syracuse University. And Victor Robles, he hits in the 9-hole. But, boy, is it fun to watch when Victor Robles is hitting well. 2 for 3, picks up a run, a home run, a couple of RBIs, and excuse me, I don't know why my mic just went like that. Victor Robles, electric. Let's preview the next Mariners 10 games. And I say that because the Mariners, 10 games on the road, ending with September 8th against the Cardinals. We'll work backwards. You have 3 against the Cardinals. That'll be an interesting series. Cardinals are about as good of a baseball team when you look at the numbers as the Mariners are. So realistically, you hope to win 2 of 3. Then you have 4 games against the Athletics. Last time in the Oakland Coliseum, you hope to take 4. You need 3. You need 3. Ideally, you take 4 against Oakland. They haven't been a great team this year, but you also haven't done great against them. And another team you haven't done great against is our next opponent, the Anaheim Angels. And the Angels, despite being last in the American League West. 54-78, a .409 winning percentage. They are now 16.5 back. They are 27-40 at home and 1-9 in their last 10. The Mariners have been absolutely horrific against the Angels this year. It's been the difference. It really has. Against the Angels and against the Tigers. Those are the two teams that at the end of the season, if I had to point to two teams, those would be the teams. Probably Detroit first just because of the timeliness of it. The Angels come right after. And the Angels could honestly jump the spot if they win 2 or 3 right now against the Mariners. So against the Angels, you once again, ideally sweep, you need to take 2 of 3. You need to. And I feel confident about that. The Angels are trending downwards. The Mariners are trending upwards. So 2 of 3 is a must. Hopefully you sweep. It's going to be huge on Friday. The Mariners have an off day, and it'll be their last off day until September 9th. That's about all I got, guys. Mariners post-game show. The Mariners continuing to just hang in there with the Astros, and that's all you can hope for. 3.5 games back. Unfortunate they couldn't take yesterday's game because now they'd be 2.5 back. That's good math. 3.5 minus 1 equals 2.5. Go figure. I go to Syracuse University for a reason. That's all I got, guys. Seattle Mariners post-game show. They beat the Rays by a score of 6-2, 68-66. Turns into 69-66. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Drew Albaugh saying so long, and as always, go Mariners. Bye, everybody.